It was a tad disappointing to see Colin Sexton hit 2 threes and ruin our parlay last night. The Houston Rockets did cover, but we're back. We've got a nice NBA parlay for you to sink your teeth into tonight. So thank you for being here. You want to hit the thumbs up button. That does us wonders. The keyboards keep them coming. But the reality, of course, is we've got two things to look at tonight in the NBA that are going to be gigantic for us. Where we are when it comes to scheduling and just overall desperation between a couple of teams. Now, there's no desperation in Toronto. Let's just be honest with ourselves. The season is over. It's been over. And the Raptors are just such a low-level bottom feeder that they probably own some of the largest amount of disappointment and shame that any team, at least in the East, has right now. Philadelphia dealt with injury. Miami's always around this spot. Chicago, Atlanta, I think, are pretty much where we thought they would be, especially Atlanta without Trae Young for a stretch. Brooklyn, meh. Charlotte, Washington, Detroit are exactly who we thought they were, just a disaster. And here comes Toronto, where there was no bottom to fall out. I just don't think it ever existed, but people thought, no, 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 no. What does this mean for the total? It means that there's actually an opportunity to take an over here because the Minnesota Timberwolves and their tempo and they slow things down. At times it feels like an ice age out there. And Toronto, who can't score worth a lick or is just so bad of a basketball team. Do you really want to put some emphasis on them? Yeah, I do. Because if I can get 100 points, if I can probably get 98 out of Toronto, this bet's going to cash. We should be looking at a $1.20 for Minnesota and seeing that their defense and their top heavy efforts on D are not going to carry them through 48 minutes of play. You're going to be up big on Toronto. There's going to be more bench guys out there, and the flow of it is going to open up. As a result, you're going to see a little bit of a faster up and down. And then at that point, as far as Toronto is concerned, they're simply cooked. They've been cooked. But a couple of games have failed to go under this number, or I guess over this number, pardon me, over really the last 20, which is insane when you see just how bad Toronto has been, yet their games are still going over because they're able to put up or muster, close to a decent or reasonable expectation of a number that will also push this total over. 216 is fine here. We get 98 to 100 points for the Raptors, and we're in great shape. And you get to scroll up and down and take advantage of a lot of different looks here on OddsShopper. Wanted to show you at least my March and what I was able to do. I'll come back to this by all means, but this is on Twitter at ShanderBets. And look, 47 units on the books and prize picks thanks to OddsShopper. It's all here for you to see on the picket slip. Just jump in, take a shot, hang out for a week, hang out for a month. You're going to get the Discord. We smashed another parlay on the diamond last night in the Discord. It was my pleasure, Han254, and you're very welcome, crypto guy. I'm just out here having fun. But we got it. We smashed it. Nice little 4-leg parlay. And I love to see the results of OddsShopper manifesting themselves by all means. All right. So we've got our first bet. Now, let's see what else we can come up with. We're sorting here in the NBA. I'm in PA, so you'll see. Okay. Well, look at this. We already know that we're rolling the over total when it comes to the Minnesota Timberwolves and Toronto Raptors. Now we've got either Zion assists or Big Nick points under 10.5. I don't trust the tempo. I don't trust the pacing there by any means of the Brooklyn game. In fact, I'd much rather go Zion assists. And look, for me, we're talking about an area at least where Zion is not needed. And the Pelicans, they absolutely have to get this one. Make no mistake. Without at least some sense of bounce back. And that comes mostly with Zion scoring points and grabbing rebounds. You're at home against a Magic team where it's going to be even more difficult to do that. Even more energy and efforts will do that. They will not count this. They will definitely not do whatever they can to force Zion in Orlando to become a passer here. He's going to get his 25, 28. He's going to get and be at least an irritant on the glass, and we're getting a good price. Ultimately, you see under 5.5 minus 115 on FanDuel, well below the true odds of minus 129. That's what it looks like, folks. Plus 210 on the NBA parlay. Over 216 now. It moved, Jerry. Over 216 minus 110. And then Zion under 5.5 dimes at minus 160. All right. I got you in. Gave you the OddsShopper link below. We talked through some plays. You want to jump in, 21 or older, gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. That's the reality of it. And look, the other part of this here, too, is what you can get. $1,500 back on your first bet at BetMGM, or you can do the whole Bet 365 thing, which is $5 in, get 150 back no matter what. Parlay hits, great. Doesn't, you still get the 150 back. So beautiful stuff here as always. We appreciate you. Subscribe. Do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button on the way out. That does us wonders. And look, we're just here for you, providing free, fun content. That's all. We'll hit this one. Don't worry. Colin Sexton. We got this.